Click, clack.
I don't.
Let's get into it.
Go.
Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some more. Clap your hands. Some more. Let's get some more.
Hello, everyone out there in Whiskey Land. It is good to see you again. It is not Monday evening, our typical night. It is Tuesday, mainly because we're doing a Toledo Tuesday tasting this week and next week. So we're doubling down. So remember to stop in next Tuesday for another show. But before we go any further, I forgot to welcome you to my whiskey den. So thank you for stopping in today. And I'm going to let Mike kick us over into the Bar Cart Co-op so we can clean house right away and then get ushered into the Toledo Spirits.
Everything's a little off. Okay. We are proud members of the Bar Cart Co-op, which is a collection of friends who create content for the whiskey and other distilled spirits public. The Bar Cart Co-op YouTube and Facebook pages have information about upcoming and past special shows, which happen about every quarter. Blind tastings, distiller panels, discussions of special collaborations, and the usage of unique grains are just some of the topics. The Bar Cart Co-op has educational and fun episodes for your enjoyment, including the recent one that they did, which was on absinthe, which was, of course, a lot of fun. And we have Distillers Talk, which is the oldest show in the group, hosted by Alan Bishop and Christy Atkinson. It's a conversation with people from distilleries and distillery adjacent that gets into the weeds with their interviews. New episodes arrive at the end of the work week. And if that's not nerdy enough, check out One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute. This is the show where Alan Bishop answers any questions that you have about distilling and often puts them to the test. It could be individual grains, mash bills, equipment, or methodology. New episodes come out randomly, so subscribe to that one. And then we have the Bourbon Turntable, where they mix the love of music with the love of whiskey. They have conversations with musicians, writers, distillery folks, and common folks like us about music and whiskey. It releases every Wednesday on all your platforms, including YouTube. There is a two-parter coming up here with band members from Illiterate Light. And then also one, I don't know if it's a two-parter or not, but with the Beam Suntory brand rep, and now I don't know why all of a sudden her name is escaping me, but that's one that they were waiting to put out because she mentioned some things that just recently came to fruition, so they couldn't release it to talk about it until that actually happened. Then we have If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything, which is a show about spirits and paranormal among us, as well as the unexplained and the spiritual. Subscribe on Spotify to get the 3 previous seasons and the current 4th season. And then we have, last but not least, Whiskey in My Ring, where David Levine talks with people in the industry and around the industry that he finds interesting. David likes to get into the weeds with his guests. He also does really good spirits reviews that you can check out on his website. And as we say, David does the things that we won't do.
I do like to say that. And yes,
Billy tells us to stop saying that. Yes, Neil Robinson, Beth Burrows. Thank you very much.
And Kevin actually listened to when he was not supposed to release things or information about it, which I don't know if everyone else did that. So I hope some people get their hands slapped. That's all. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if that happened once.
Yeah.
But
was it the show that you weren't supposed to see?
That's when he put that on. He had to delay it like twice.
Yeah.
That was the first one, right? Or the first time he delayed it, I think.
Yeah, he delayed it the first time, and he had to delay it a second time because it was supposed to air. Yeah, I think it's delayed twice. Anyway, but yes, it should be pretty good.
So, but now on to some booze, some Toledo Spirits booze. And Mitch, we didn't get to talk too much beforehand. It looks like almost clears. So, do you have a list of what you want to try to to
Yeah.
hit up this evening?
What's our order?
I don't, because I mostly forgot what I sent you.
Okay.
I remember 6, but I think I sent 8.
I have
Yes, you
8.
did.
Yes, I have 8.
I don't. So I know I sent the Mommy Moonshine. I know I sent 4 King and Danes and the Vistula, but I don't remember what else I sent.
Farmhouse Red, Farmhouse White.
Yeah.
Lower Town.
Okay, I sent Lower Town. All right.
Silver Rum.
Okay.
Reunion.
Okay.
And the stew. East Side Gin.
East Side Gin. Is it clear or is it not clear?
It is not
It's
clear.
a little.
It's a barrel aged gin.
There's a slight hydration issue.
Sweet. Let's do the Vistula, the Lower Town, the barrel aged gin, and then
Stula.
Yeah, going.
Lower Town. The barrel aged gin is the east side.
Is the east side.
Okay.
And then, do you want to do the Mommy Moonshine or the King and Dane Silver Rum?
What do you want us to do?
I say the Moonshine.
Let's do the Moonshine. And in fact, let's start with the Moonshine. So the Moonshine is Mommy Moonshine.
Spelled Mommy in a way that I'm guessing it is something geographical.
Yes, it's after the Maumee River in Ohio. So it goes through Toledo, not too far from where they are. So they named themselves after the Maumee River, and a little bit of alliteration, a little alliteration. There we go.
Say that 100 times. Morgan's already chiming in as the brand rep that she is.
Yes, absolutely.
Mentioning that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Before we start get too far, it's 100 proof, and this is cane and apple. So it is simultaneously. I mean, it is a moonshine, but it's not flavored with corn, where a lot of our moonshines are down here in Kentucky, because bluntly, corn and Ohio don't get along as well as corn and apples, especially like northern Ohio.
Hold on here.
Ooh.
I like it is a lot of moonshines. It just in general have a little more of an abrasive alcohol note to them, even if it's faintly in there. I don't get much of that at all. All
right. So
damp down.
Also, I spoke wrong. There is a little bit of corn in there, but it is mostly a sugar wash.
Well, I was going to say it comes out a little bit more like a rum smell with the sweetness coming in sugar-wise rather than like a corn sugar. Definitely not as, I would say, pungent or bold as some can be. This is
so
lighter. You can definitely go in and after the smells. Go ahead, Mitch. My bad.
They have this absolutely hilarious looking still, because I want to say it's like 50 gallons or maybe 100 gallons, but it's also like 8 feet tall, and their line arm is about 12 feet long. So it's longer than the entire still. And they have distilled every bit of Mommy Moonshine on that. That was their first still. And on top of that, they still have like the starter from their first Mommy Moonshine. Like they've never emptied their fermentation tank all the way. So whenever they go to make a new one, they just put more water, more sugar, more apples, more corn in it. And then if it starts to get gunky, they like filter it out.
See, it doesn't have that stereotypical, which I think Pat kind of said it too. It doesn't have that stereotypical nose that when someone says moonshine, even though it's new make, because it doesn't have that stereotypical nose to it.
For me, I think the apples really do it. right? Even if it's not apple smacking
Ooh.
you in the face, just the fact that the apples are in there, it tones some things down that I would love to see toned down. And yeah.
I agree.
So, this is a hypothetical. Hypothetically and allegedly, I saw somebody from a distance that was running a device that resembled a still, and they were using apple slices to filter things through. And then afterwards, it's like, well, do you want to have one of these apples? And the apples were, probably had spirit in well in excess of 160 that was running through them and soaking into these apples. But it's reminiscent of that. Like you said, yeah, I agree. The apple thing comes across, but it's like
faintly.
It's like an apple that's ripening.
This is where I was going to say it gets into almost picking it, because it's definitely not like a red delicious.
Yeah, I need to ask what apples they were. I didn't
It's
remember.
It's more of like maybe like a Granny Smith.
But I will say, like, they literally just cut the apples up and throw them in there, right? Like, they aren't putting apple juice or cider or anything in there.
No.
With, fresh apples. So I think that actually affects the flavor a little bit as well, because you're getting, the skins and whatnot.
And I think I like more of that, because I don't know if you had a taste yet, Mike, but I mean, it definitely.
I haven't tasted it yet. I've just been nosing
Okay.
and writing things down.
Okay, because this one I was happy when I tasted. I'm going to have another drink here. It's like a light sugary frosting rum on top of the tongue, and then it underneath has got like light apple brandy almost, and it like slides past underneath it, and it has like a little baking spice on it too. Sorry, go ahead. I love the ooh.
No, what it hit me, it's like if you're having it's like a combination of alcohol and an apple toaster strudel.
Mm-hmm. It's just that little bit of viscousness off. It's like the syrup between the frosting. That's the only like difference. Man, I'm surprised that you get so many baking spice notes off of this as a moonshine. This is, I'd say lean into this whole rummy-ish start for a lot of things. This is pretty neat and complex and nice. I mean, off the bat, you can use this in a base for a lot of drinks. As for someone's moonshine or as vodka, whatever, I wouldn't even make the vodka. I would just make this and call it a day.
It's really good. It's one of my favorite moonshines on the face of this planet, or white dog, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it's not just because I'm dating someone related to someone who works there.
Well, that's why I was going to mention that as well too, just because there is a loose affiliation, if you will. But
yes, so I am dating. Morgan is the sister of one of the owners.
Just sure, we're giving these all the world. Like we said, we've had them before.
But if it makes you feel any better, I bought all of these with my money. Nothing was free.
Mm.
And I took my case of whiskey with me when I went there, so I also got them a little drunk.
You wettled them in the process.
I tried to wettle someone at a job interview the other day.
Okay. Yeah, I like that because it's right between like the creamy frosting and a syrupy vanilla flavor that it's on top of, like you said, that pastry. That's really neat, and it does get a little bit more baking spice than I would have thought. I am really intrigued as to what apples they used with this, because the nose smells much lighter, but then when it comes through, I don't know. It's a little bit off, but I think it's really neat. Oh, hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
What the fuck's up with you? Sorry, we're 5 minutes in. I don't care. And I'm drinking moonshine.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, that's a little too pleasant almost. Like I said, I would use this instead of making vodka for drinks because it's very similar drink wise. I mean, I guess vodka you could torque and it's alternate.
So they
motions,
do a
but this is
lot
a
of
good use with it.
flavored vodkas that Morgan absolutely loves. They do like Heart of Stone, I can't remember because they're vodkas, but it's like peach apricot and strawberry, and they use real fruit, right?
Okay.
Instead of just flavorings. So they are supposedly absolutely amazing flavored vodkas. I don't know that I've actually had them.
You may not have tasted those, did you?
If I did, I don't remember. So, oops.
And that's fair. Oh, and Bo, I believe your Colorado documentary is out. You guys should go check that out if you haven't already. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
I need to wash out a little there.
Where are we headed next?
I would do the King and Dane silver rum.
I wasn't even on the list, man. Now you're pulling things out of the
Oh, so
off the
what did I
bench.
put on the list?
That's all right.
I love it.
We have East Side Gin,
That should be last.
Lower Town,
Lower Town.
and Vistula.
I mean, or you could.
Oh,
I love
okay.
how you can pull someone
kept
off the
those
bench here, Mitch. I like you making a last minute decision. This is
never mind.
exciting.
Now let's do the Lower Town 99.
All right.
All right. And 99, is that the proof?
That is the proof, and I have to find the bottle because I didn't grab that one. Oh boy.
That's a really good moonshine. Because it goes away and it's not like hanging out with you either. All right. Well, Mitch is away.
The cat will play.
This is kind of interesting on the nose here.
I got to get poured.
Okay, you do that, but it's
You do that.
there's this like dusty, yeasty little vegetal note.
Spoiler alert.
A little more vegetal.
Oh,
It's interesting. It smells like an herbal rye almost. Well, if my house blows away like fucking
waxy.
Wizard of Oz here, it's good knowing you.
Okay,
Yeah.
found it.
Okay, and now I'm getting there's a fruit. It's not a grapefruit, but
so what is this?
I can't think.
So sorry about that. This is actually MGP,
Okay.
finished in Zinfandel casks.
Really? Okay, well, I was getting like you weren't here, and I was getting like a little.
I heard you.
Okay, good, good. I want to guess Zinfandel on this, but I guess coming from the rye, like I said, at least I got a little bit right.
You two are so cute.
She's cute. I'm Mitch.
Holy shit! Wow, that took a lot to hold that little bit in there. So,
You all right?
so what do you identify as? Is it you?
What?
Oh. I definitely get it in the taste of it. It's like it kind of stamps out a little bit like I thought was like a little musty note in it. I don't get so much in the finish. I definitely get That really sticks around as a little light, a little more effervescent on the back of my lips almost.
It's there's a thing in the finish of that reminds me of chewing gum.
Yeah, like I feel it's weird.
Yeah.
So
It's got almost a bubble gummy, bubble gummy, little cotton candy thing at the front, like the fairy floss. But then you get the rye that kind of comes up through that. Like I said, much more so. That's weird. It almost seems. I know it's like maybe medium level rye boldness, but it seems to really take over more than a typical MGP in the middle.
Is this MGP rye or is it a high rye bourbon?
It's the high rye bourbon.
Okay. It didn't feel like MGP rye, but
it's not
I
quite
can tell
rye.
Aging their own stuff in barrels right now.
So Morgan came down to try and help me find the gin, so she's telling me what's going on. So they're aging their own stuff in barrels right now, right? They are distilling and aging, but it's one of those things you can't just put out a 4-year-old spirit 3 days after you open.
But for what? Are you sure?
I mean,
I've seen some
it's
things.
just not yours, right?
No,
but what if you put homegrown on the label?
I'm sensing some animosity.
What if someone calls you out in the middle of a festival saying, "We have this 5-year-old bourbon"? Didn't you just say 5 minutes ago that you were 9 months? Your business was 9 months old. Yeah.
We made it.
Do you want to come over here, sir?
But yeah, so I really like this. It's simultaneously interesting while being, in my opinion, soft.
Yes.
Like, it's not punchy or alcoholic. It's just well balanced.
Yeah, I would be totally fine sipping on this.
The finish is really, it feels like it's gone, but like I said, like right behind like the back of my lip, going all the way around the top and the bottom, and I don't know if maybe I ate something different, but I didn't get this on the first one. With like a little slight burn or like a little effervescent bubbly feel. Yeah, it's weird, like right there. I don't know what's going on.
I think the finish in Zinfandel casks does great things to it.
Okay, this doesn't flavor-wise doesn't match up to this, but feeling-wise, have you had Compass Box Asila?
Yes.
This strikes me as that same type of feeling where you're like, hey, it's light, but there's just it's light and like you said, effervescent. You could drink it on a hot day. It feels refreshing. It's got all these nice little things about it. It to me, it's in the same vein as that, as it's extremely approachable. And like you said, it's just soft enough. It's got a little bit of spice to it. It's got a nice little finish to it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
a good use of MGP.
Yes. We love people that can do that. Right?
Well, they also did a special edition that I have somewhere that I did not send y'all. That is not quite double barreled. It is double aged, and rather than being finished in Zinfandel casks, it is finished in a new charred oak casket. It's called Lowertown Black.
Okay.
I think I've heard of this. I have a weird question, though, and we can ask them if we can get them on the show at some point. How well did the aging in a casket go? Would be my
not
question.
Well enough for them to do it a second time.
Okay, well, that's what I would have assumed, just because of the design and edges. It's almost been like
what he really said was, it's how dang expensive caskets are.
Well, I guess that's right. If you think, I mean,
you could get one off Costco.
A new charred oak casket?
Yeah. You just can't get a used one. You don't want to get a used one.
Well,
The problem
Pachuga,
is hard to play. 100% oak.
like a special Pachuga.
Let's not. Pizza Pachuga is as far as I'm willing to go.
Voodoo Pachuga.
Donner Pass whiskey. Actually, I think that is a thing.
Sorry, there's so many good levels of Donner Pass whiskey. Just that applies to this.
Just like the toe whiskey in Alaska.
No, see, now I can't. Putting a toe in my drink is different than having a toe being through the distillation or something. I kind of, in my mind, yes. I can see the toe.
One of them's cooked.
You pickled the toe. It's been in other people's drinks. At least before, if it was whatever body parts were distilled, at least it, kind of cleans out through the process. Which leads me to Kelly Tennille and her claim that she may have helped Carol Baskins, get rid of the Tiger King, that her husband. I feel like maybe we should bring her back on and discuss this because this is right up her alley.
Oh, she said she would.
If it makes a clean pass versus doing it after. I'm sorry. All right, folks, who would rather drink a distillate that was distilled that had the toe in it or drink a shot that they have put a real toe in it? I mean, there's a difference. There's a couple of you out there. I want to see how you vote on that because,
That's
I'd rather not see the toe. I feel like it's cleaner that way if it's in that.
It's only good like if you drink it and you get the toe in your mouth and then you gotta
Is that that's what you're supposed to do? Is that you hit a spittoon with it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, whiskey. All right.
So Toledo Spirits.
World famous Toledo Spirits.
I'm not sorry. I like where I went there. But all right here. So are we gonna do you said east side last?
East side last. So
We're doing the good old Vistula, which is the single malt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
We tried. Do you remember what you and Morgan served us at?
I know we did the Vistula.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
I remember that.
Other than that, I don't remember.
All right, and for next week's show, what are the farmhouse red and white?
So everything
I see the
left
rum, right?
is their rums at different ages.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay, so the Vistula. What's our ABV on the Vistula?
Vistula is 90.
Okay, since I'm writing all my stuff down.
Oh, Morgan. You know what? You do bring up a weird marketing tactic there.
Why you got to make things gross, Morgan?
Hey, Dave, how's it going this evening?
Standards and Practices has already talked to us multiple times.
Single malt on this?
Mm-hmm.
This
So this is a single malt. So it is put in a new charred oak cask, but then it is finished in Pinot Noir.
Okay.
And this is not just distiller's malt. There are some flavoring malts in there, including chocolate malt.
I was gonna say there's a chocolate, and I'd say maybe even a hint of caramel, but more chocolate. This has got it's an interesting nose. Had you not said anything, because there's not. I don't want to call it like dusty cellar. There's like a light hint of mustiness, but
Like a musty fruit.
yeah, like it's not as rich as like the cellars and other things that you get off of some other things. Musty fruit's an excellent way of putting it.
Yep. So surprisingly, this is the first thing they ever distilled. Was this, and it is the only whiskey that they have put out that they made, start to finish.
That's pretty.
Yeah, somebody beat you to that. The brand rep spoke up.
Yeah.
She can come on the show,
She totally should.
She doesn't come to tonight. She can.
He has to get up early.
All right. Well, I'm just saying next
Whatever. If we're gonna be better than us,
I mean, she's better than me. That's why I'm dating.
she's better than all of us. I'm willing to say that. Yes.
Well, I'm not dating y'all.
Yet.
Yeah, I haven't put up.
Suddenly, those trips to Kentucky.
All right. So this was the first thing they did.
So it's literally the first thing they distilled. They distilled it before they did the Mommy Moonshine. They distilled it before they did any of their vodkas. This was the first thing they did.
Light honeycomb, like a little bit of graham cracker almost. There's a lightness to the honey, like a lemon honey, like almost like a lemon honey hot toddy. And then there's like a rich, it's like bran note almost underneath it. Like a thicker, I don't want to call it oatmeal because it's not like an oatmeal note. It smells like a richer, darker, and almost date now. And that balled up density. Holy crap. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This is neat.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a breadiness to it. I'm having a hard time with the full Fat Boy tasting note because I can't tell if it's where this fits in the day.
All day, baby.
It might be an all day.
So for me, this gives, like, once you actually drink it, that like Dutch processed cocoa powder note.
Yep. That's my first note, cocoa powder.
Hardcore. And it is
Yeah.
so good. Because it's milk. It's not like super bitter dark chocolate.
Mm.
It's still sweet enough to be like milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate, honey, a little bit of lemon. I get a little bit of grapefruit mixed in with the citrus notes of this. Chocolate notes, you guys are right on that. But the powder on the finish more. So wow, that powder note, you said on the finish, once you start to like inhale and that starts to get in there, that really stoats. That I'd say that more dominates the finish for me. Like I get wood notes and some other stuff, but that cocoa powder, and boy, does that change after your first drink. That changes going into the nose on the second one.
Yeah, and
Wow.
it's like the first sip of it is fine on the finish, but then the second one, it's like it just really hangs on. What do you know what they're doing for barrels?
What do you mean for barrels?
Like, are they doing full 53s? Are they doing Missouri?
Yes. So they are doing full
soda.
53s, and then they are switching them to Pinot Noir casks,
Okay.
which are 53-gallon barrels as well.
This is and this sounds terrible, but this is the best I can come with at the moment. This feels like a richer, bolder kind of Glenmorangie, where it's very approachable, but it has this little much more earthy richness to it. But it does have a little more scotchy feel to me, but not, I don't know. Like I say, Glenmorangie is not like a push the Scotch boundary levels, but it's approachable. Once again, a nice approachable malt. So
Yeah.
just to begin with there.
It's not you could tell it's not very old, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just it's vibrant. It's youthful and vibrant without being I would say incomplete or immature.
Yeah. First
So I want
half,
to say this is 4 years old, something like that. If the brand rep could chime in, I'd appreciate
first half is bright. And it's like almost a little sparkly on the tongue throughout the finish here.
Yeah, I dig it.
The more I'm having this, the more I'm having to sit down and think about it.
Wow, I would not guess that it is that age. And I don't mean that at all negative, and anyone knows we're not age horse. But it just feels more, like I said, it feels more vibrant and youthful than that. And not without any of the baggage of young whiskey.
I love it.
Yeah, I dig it.
That, like you said, I think the cocoa powder finish. Like there's a like a little lemon with molasses cookie. I don't know, very thin layer, but I mean, it's cocoa powder on top of something here. That's just the finish that is dominating. And a good use of chocolate malt.
Yes, they did not overpower it like some whiskeys I've had with chocolate malt.
That's one of a good takeaway on this is you didn't overpower. It's a good use of it. I like chocolate malt in a lot of whiskeys, but when you can see it used exceptionally well in a couple, then to be able to find people that are threading it through good, it really makes a difference. And I don't want to see you get stingy or too analytical with it, because I still love most of them. But then when you really do taste like a cocoa powder in something, that's pretty impressive, you know. Or when you get like a peanut butter chocolate, like a combination of multiple things going on that layer in really neatly. That too with this, even though you're saying bright and effervescent, and like I said, there's little parts that feel like they're popping on the tongue. That's because for me, it feels like it's kind of like hopping at different points at different areas on my tongue. But what is coming together is so far I have no high points and I've like extremes to say. It's what's going on. It's all pretty tied together ride.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's super well balanced is really the takeaway, right? It's only 90 proof, and I think the finish and flavor for 90 proof is almost second to none, right? Like it for American whiskey at the very least. Like I'm trying to think of all the American whiskeys I know at 90 proof, and it's kicking a lot of their butts. And I think it's a testament to the fact that it's still like vibrant and earthy.
Yeah. It reminds me of, again, it's another comparison. It's not a direct comparison, but in the same feeling as some Irish, where it's light. There's a lot of flavors to it, but it's light and bright and vibrant and everything, but subtle and not at a height. You're not getting punched with proof or anything like that, which, everybody likes that too, but it's just very nice.
My idea, if you were to look at Rue and put a little berry and put a little lemon, and then kind of lean them more towards, like you said, like that earthy kind of baker notes comparatively. But the way this drinks, it has a lot of surprise, like you said, a little darker earthy notes. It's got a lot of surprise in it from malt.
So I'm going to assume that they don't. Well, Ohio is a controlled state, right?
Yes.
Ew.
So they don't ship.
No.
They're jerks.
Got to go to Toledo.
I mean, you got to go to Ohio.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go there, we're starting to make a good case for going to Ohio.
Oh yeah.
They just opened their distillery trail.
And they should. There's about 3 or 4 that we've had that I think are hidden spots.
They do ship. Do you have to name drop in order to get that to happen?
That's what I was wondering.
We can do that.
Here, this whole time she told you had to drive there, Mitch. You
And
could have saved $70 in gas
It's good for a weekend away.
$70 in gas
each way.
All right, I'm trying to order something now.
Look how excited he is. Mitch doesn't even gave up on the show. So
I was going to order. Well, of course, yeah. Some of those other states like Pennsylvania. I need a Pennsylvania mule.
yeah. What's this?
I have a niece who lives there, but I don't want to put it on her to get something en route to me, and then if something happened to it, then it'd be like,
Yeah. Well,
So I do have to go there. So they can ship to every state except Alabama, Arkansas, Delaware, Kentucky, Mississippi, Ohio, and Utah.
oh, they can ship to us. Wow.
They can ship to
Nice.
Wisconsin and Missouri,
That's
though.
weird. We got really dickish lately, and I didn't think that was. I don't think that was allowed anymore yet. Sorry, I hate when my state does that. I think you have freedom, and then they take it away.
That being said, I do recommend going there because their cocktails are insane, like absolutely amazing. Even their menus are hilarious. Like we went up there around Christmas time because family's up there, and they had their winter menu. And I don't know if y'all ever like flipped through the like, oh gosh, what are they? The like Duplo magazines or like
Yes, I know
little
what you're talking about.
figurines that are like that tall for kids. Their menu looked like that. And all of their drinks were served in like, mugs that looked like, Santa or something like that. So everything was, it was really fun.
We should play it into the theme, that makes half the difference. All right, here. So let's see.
And then last but not least, East Side Gin, I guess.
Drop me in on a gin. All right.
So I will say, I'll read off the botanicals for you.
hold on. Hang on, baby. I got to get my pen out.
Oh yeah.
So
So the
the
license
pen ran out on the last one. Just a single malt ran out.
So the Bellwether is really nice, and then they have Heavy in the basement, which is pretty good beer. Not gonna lie.
I'm not going out. I'm not having beer.
So, can I ask ahead of time what the ABV is on this gin?
90.
90. Okay.
So this is a 90 proof gin. So it is juniper, coriander, cardamom, fennel pollen,
Coriander.
lemon balm, and lemon verbena.
Oh, sorry, but he said coriander. I didn't mean to laugh so hard.
Coriander and lemon balm. I'm in on a gin.
So
I have found. Okay.
Yeah, they built this gin for people who don't like gin. This is like one of
Hello.
2 or 3 gins that Morgan will drink. And the only reason she drinks 2 or 3 gins is because I have bodily forced her to drink more gins. She used to only drink this gin. And it is a really good gin. And then, because they love finishing, they love finishing, it is finished in Pinot Noir casks rather than like used bourbon barrels or something like that.
That was what was throwing me off. I was getting
This is finished in Pinot.
lemongrass.
Okay.
And then like a little bit of the. It is definitely bright. Okay.
Oh, I love the lemon in this though.
I know, but I'm like getting different lemons. Like I'm getting lemon zest and lemon grass and.
So
a little bit of like just
I'm
like
pretty
a
sure mine
lemonade.
is in the car, and I am wearing pajamas because I wasn't kidding when I offered to Wettling someone earlier this week. I had a job interview, and so I can't get it. So I'm using the non-barrel aged East Side Gin.
Wow, this would be a neat comparison because I'd be intrigued as to what gets pulled out or layered in because of the barrel, but a neat way of going with the Zinfandel to keep it bright and light on the gin.
Pinot, not Zin.
Pinot? Oh, sorry, I was. There's a little flower note that I can't. It's not
Oops.
rose. It's not a hinted lilac. You look at
It's the
tulip.
cardamom.
I know, but I'm fucker.
Yeah, but it's coming. It's coming across.
It's
more
not
like,
coming across as straight cardamom, but yeah.
No,
but it's coming across kind of like a flowery bush.
and that's right because it's not heavy enough to be the ones I mentioned, but it's there.
Oh, I really like.
You know,
those.
lemon shrub. If a lemon shrub existed.
I'm sure it does.
Okay, I wasn't at first. Now after I've been in here a bit, I lost a little bit of the edge, and this is it different on the top and the bottom? Ooh. Try nosing the bottom of the glass versus the top. Like there's a different note there.
So to cut in,
there's like a lemon. It's like lemon. Sorry,
The hell is that?
when I say fairy floss, I mean cotton candy. Sorry. There was like a lemon cotton candy smell. Like lemon whipped sugar. What the hell?
so the Morgan's brother was giving us the tour, and he was talking about his gin and about how much he hates gin and how this gin helped them get into distilling, because he was talking to kind of the guy who was mostly in charge of distilling. And he basically just went on like an hour rant about why gin sucks and how you can fix it, but nobody is willing to do it. And they were like, well, then why don't we do it? And this is what happened.
How about fix it? But this is a different twist on it. Holy
Oh, on the palate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a herbal, slightly chewing
Urban
on a twig, and
Limoncello
vegetal lemon oil is what
Lemon
I
oil.
had.
So this in
Oh,
tonic with lemon is really good.
Oh, I bet it would be.
After your first drink, coming back to the nose, lemon oil is big, more so than it was before.
Yeah.
Wow. Get the standard beginning part of the gin in there, but then once you swallow or start bringing it past the first third of your tongue, it really starts to differentiate. Like you said,
Honestly, I could see just throwing a little bit of tonic with it.
yeah, right. Like it's not really a shrub, but there's like an herbal note to the lemon.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not quite herbal. It's almost like a really light green.
So
and like you said, just an ice cube.
So yeah, I think using the lemon verbena and the lemon balm really helps, right? Because the lemon balm really does balm everything. Like it helps bring everything together, but it has a very certain type of lemon flavor, whereas lemon verbena has a different type of lemon flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And when you combine them, I really like what it does.
This is a neat ride for a gin. Like there's
I'm all on board with that
you can
comment
do
of
with
it.
this.
Gin for people that hate gin, because this is it's not obscene number of botanicals. It's not my great aunt's perfume. It's not the air freshener hanging from the rearview mirror or the perfume counter at a department store and all those other typical.
This is a great
crap.
left field gin.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, this is one that, like, I think if you had in a lineup, at first, like I said, it tastes like, limoncello goes to be sugary and you don't have enough. This, when you said there's two different, the lemon balm and the other one, you get more earthiness and everything in here.
Bitch.
It almost tastes like a well done limoncello, where it's like, I went to thought gin. I just I don't know what you did here, but you pulled more of the rind and the actual experience out of it, other than the sugar bomb that you can get from some of those.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta shit. Where's it at? I gotta look this up. Now you said that when you said that about the whatever you just mentioned, I don't even remember. I know what it reminded me of, that lemon, that the specific lemon flavor. I used to order this pretty regularly because I would also give bottles out for somebody's birthday. Old Fourth Distillery in Georgia, they had this liqueur called Lawn Dart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lemonade thing. It's fucking badass.
So it's a ginger lemon liqueur. And I was looking this up because I remember that they hand peel 75 lemons per run, and then they blend it with spicy cold pressed ginger juice. And then they add more lemons as they're doing it. You drink this stuff cold, and you got to shake it all up, and it's like adult lemonades. But you didn't mention ginger, but there's just that little hint of it. This reminds me of that of that Lawn Dart. I want to have this cold now. I want to have this really cold.
Like I said, just ice cubes in it. And if you want to be,
I'll just put the bottle in the freezer and drink it.
Ooh.
Why water it down?
I guess that's true. I guess.
Yeah.
No, this one was fun. Seriously, the longer I'm dealing with the finish on it, I'm enjoying it more.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not lemon pledgy.
No. So I've definitely gotten a lemon gin before that was just like, oh, it's lemon. And you're just like, no, I'm never going to drink that again.
Yeah. What were you using the lemon to hide?
Was it the gin?
Yeah.
You should just start it over, guys.
Yeah. I'm going to say I did do a blend, but I'm going to try the blend without the gin in it first.
I think so.
That's probably wise.
I dig this gin a lot. Knowing that they ship is a good thing.
What was that one that Dancing Goat did where they did the Summer Shanty and they redistilled the Lion and Kugel Summer Shanty? I think they did. But
yeah,
like a little bit of that on the nose coming in. That same.
Yeah.
No, but this. Yeah, I went to pegged it on a gin except for a little bit on the nose coming in. But what happens afterwards is just, that's a neat ride. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I dig the gin a lot. Ooh. I like the nose on the blend.
Okay, hold on.
Ooh.
There comes goes. And you go. Whoa. I don't know what I did with my mixer, but this has got some funk. Coming off the lemon thing, at least. Well, you know what I mean? Like, you're really off in this direction with lemon, and then you're coming back this way.
So it tones down the chocolate and lets kind of some other things sing a little more for me. But the chocolate
does
like the dominant flavor.
On the taste, yes.
A nice layered nose.
Dude, the blend of the three is really nice because I'm getting like a little bit of a red berry strawberry note that I didn't get in any of them before in the middle of that.
You know what the nose reminds me of? The Green Spot Chateau Montelena.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, I can see that.
That's an excellent point.
You're right.
Yeah, because it's like sweet frosting and.
Wow. That's hey, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good blend.
I'm almost afraid to drink it, but I really like the nose.
You didn't have a sip of it yet?
No.
Oh, have it. See if you get that little bit of a red berry note I had. It's like a little strawberry note in the middle that I did not have between all three.
Yeah, the chocolate comes out, but then it is chocolate and fruit.
It's those Pinot
I don't have a problem with that ever.
barrels. Also apple.
I may like a little bit darker, but yeah. Hey, I'm out of the ones we had here. These were some really exciting samples. Stilling shanty is it? That is correct, Dave. Everyone we had, the moonshine is a very good moonshine, or new make or whatever it is. I don't know what it, you maybe we talked to what it comes off the still at compared. Did you say this is like 50 or toned down a little bit?
Yeah, it's 100 proof. I don't remember what it comes off the still at.
That's fine. I mean, even if I would be intrigued to see what happens because you really get no alcohol burn or anything on the moonshine. So if it's 60, I'd love to see what happens to the flavors at that point because you're really not taking much of. You're not taking any of the bad notes. What they did dropping this down was an excellent choice. You know, just
I mean, they made great cuts, right?
Yes, that's fantastic. Say that on all of these. That's what I was going to be going through here. They made great choices on each of these.
I added the gin to some of the blend.
Yeah.
Oh, it dominates the nose.
I ran out, so I'm not going to go back at this point for that. And I got one other question for Mitch. There's a JCRWB bourbon. I don't know what that. Who's
wow.
that about?
Gin dominates the nose and the palate, but it adds some viscosity to the gin.
I can see a little bit of that.
The gin just dominates.
Well,
I didn't put enough gin in for it to dominate, but it does really weird things. Because now there is no chocolate whatsoever.
Oh. No. Very interesting.
That's the Jephthah Creed red, white, and blue bourbon.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. That was just the only other thing that was left inside the plethora box that we received.
Yeah. I fit what I could in there.
That's for sure, too.
Because one of the boxes was smaller, and it was like, oh no.
Perfect here. Hold on, I'm going to pick one to go out on here. I'm going to try the Distill.
That's what I'm going to do here.
That's a hard pickup.
Yeah. So for the 3 or 4 who are still with us, you can order this online and they will ship to all but 4 states. I think you should order it online.
You should order it.
Yeah, the mommy. Well, I thought the mommy. I think you could have some fun with that mommy.
Yes.
But yeah, the Lower Town, definitely the Vistula and that gin. I mean, all 4 of these tonight. I would order all 4 of these.
Yeah,
Highly recommend.
The gin, if you're a cocktail person, I think lends itself in a lot of different ways. Oh, we haven't had that one yet, Bo. I don't know when we're fitting that one in. Maybe we'll toss that one at the end of next week.
Or now.
Or now. All right, fuck it.
Or never. It's up to y'all, really.
Here, hold on. I'll put this down. I was going to do the Vistula before we leave, but let me lock that up, and I'll pull out the JC.
All I remember from, just because there was so much going on after Distill America, I remember Vistula. I remember rum.
Yes, I brought the silver rum.
But there's 30 going on.
Yeah. Ish.
Good question. The rum, do we have the Dunder rum?
Mm-hmm. I think I called it the silver rum.
Oh, sorry. There's some excitement. There's some excitement for me. All right, I'm pouring the JC.
All right, I'll go grab mine.
And frankly, because I'm a little concerned the last time I had them.
Oh, you are?
I am. I'm nervous. The last time I had them, it was spring water.
Yeah, I'll wait and have that since this is. I'm staying loyal to Toledo Spirits tonight.
It's just fine.
Well, okay, I went and got a glass for nothing then. All right. We'll stay.
Yeah, I heard that too. We'll stay loyal, but I'm gonna sniff this then. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, seriously, buy it. They
Yeah,
ship.
I'm gonna go back. We're gonna go back to
A craft distiller that ships, buy it.
A
Nothing
good
bad
craft
in any
distiller.
of the four.
And the thing is, I didn't send a lot of their stuff, right? I didn't send the non-barrel aged gin. They've got a coffee liqueur, orange liqueur, flavored vodkas, and like a bunch of other more popular things.
Yeah.
That are really good. Like their coffee liqueur, I can't drink, or I couldn't drink the first time I went up there because I had to avoid caffeine, and it's made with cold brew coffee. So they were like, "Yeah, if you can't have caffeine, you cannot have our coffee liqueur." I was like, "All right, that's fair. Thanks for letting me know."
You're gonna be jacked up.
I'm all jacked up on King and Dane coffee liqueur. Instead of Mountain Dew, coming at you like a spider monkey. Only with me, it'd be more like a lethargic chimpanzee.
Well, I'll give you a thought. I'll give you thoughts on the Creed one later. I'm concerned. I'll wait for a proper review. I may have tainted myself with all this excellent whiskey.
You're all about the taint.
Wow.
I think it's whiskey, but it tain't.
All right, then. Very good. Let me spin down here before we leave this whole taint discussion for another night.
Oh. Took a minute, but I got the gin off my palate.
Yep. Dark, rich, lovely, fun malt. That's just good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Make sure to stop out next Tuesday night, not Monday. Tuesday, we'll be doing part 2 of our tasting here, where we delving into their rums. And I said one's a Dunder rum. So much excitement because there's not enough people that do something like that in America, and it comes out right. So that's the one that turned my head last year, was this rum coming up next week. So remember to stop in then. And until then, remember, it's not the size of the den that matters. It's the love of whiskey. Cheers, everyone. I had to find my glass.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What?